the internet almost disappeared in 2012. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that the internet is gone. Your phone shows no signal. GPS stops working. Airplanes are grounded. ATMs refuse to give cash. Stock markets freeze. And entire cities fall into darkness. Not because of war, not because of hackers, but because of the sun. The same star that gives us light in life nearly switched off the modern world in a single day. And the most terrifying part is that this almost happened in real life. This is the story of the day Earth almost lost the internet. Deep on the surface of the sun, far beyond what human eyes can see. Nuclear explosions happen every second as hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, releasing unimaginable energy that travels across the solar system. And most of the time, this energy reaches Earth as harmless sunlight. But sometimes the sun becomes violent and unpredictable, releasing enormous bursts of energy called solar flares and coronal mass ejections. Gigantic clouds of charged particles blasted into space at millions of kilometers per hour. Storms so powerful they can cross the distance between the sun and Earth in just a few days. Most of these storms miss our planet entirely, traveling harmlessly through empty space. But occasionally one heads directly toward Earth. And when that happens, the consequences can be catastrophic. In July 2012, the sun unleashed one of the most powerful solar storms ever recorded by modern science. A massive coronal mass ejection that exploded outward with incredible speed, carrying billions of tons of superheated plasma and an enormous magnetic field, capable of disrupting technology on a global scale. Scientists watching the sun saw the eruption and realized immediately how dangerous it could be. Because this was not a normal solar storm. This was a solar superstorm, the kind of event that happens only a few times in a century. The cloud of charged particles raced through space at more than 2,000 kilometers per second, faster than any storm scientists had observed before, heading straight toward Earth's orbit. And if it had struck our planet directly, it could have triggered the largest technological disaster in human history. To understand why this storm was so dangerous, we need to understand how much of our world depends on invisible technology floating in space above our heads. The internet feels like something that lives inside computers and cables, but a huge part of it actually depends on satellites orbiting Earth. GPS navigation, banking transactions, weather forecasts, television broadcasts, airplane rotas, shipping systems, military communications, emergency services, and global financial markets all rely on satellites working perfectly every second of every day. A powerful solar storm can flood space with radiation, damage satellites, overload electrical systems, and destroy power grids across entire continents. This is not a theory, because it has already happened once before. Long before the internet existed, in 1859, a massive solar storm struck Earth in an event known as the Carrington event, named after the astronomer who observed it. At the time, the world had very little electronic technology, but telegraph systems around the globe suddenly sparked, failed, and even caught fire as powerful electric currents surged through the wires. Operators reported receiving electric shocks, and some telegraph systems continued working, even after being disconnected from their power sources because the storm had electrified the wires themselves. Bright auroras appeared in the sky across the entire planet, even near the equator, lighting up the night as if it were daytime. That event happened in a world with almost no electricity, no satellites, and no internet. But imagine the same event happening today in a world where nearly every system depends on electronics and global connectivity. Experts estimate that a modern Carrington-level storm could cause trillions of dollars in damage and leave millions of people without electricity for months. Without power, the internet would collapse, communication networks would fail, transportation systems would stop, and global supply chains would break down within days. Hospitals would struggle to operate, financial markets could freeze, and emergency services would face overwhelming challenges. This is the scale of disaster Earth narrowly avoided in 2012. As the solar superstorm raced through space, Earth continued moving along its orbit around the sun. And by an extraordinary stroke of cosmic luck, the storm passed through the exact location where Earth had been only 9 days earlier. 9 days. That tiny difference in timing saved modern civilization from a technological catastrophe. Scientists later described the event as a near miss and warned that if the storm had struck Earth directly, it could have knocked out satellites, damaged power grids, and triggered widespread blackouts across the planet. At the time, most people never heard about it because the disaster never happened. But scientists understood how close we came. The sun operates on an 11-year cycle of activity, with periods of quiet followed by periods of intense solar storms. And during these active phases, the chances of powerful eruptions increase dramatically. This means the question is not whether another massive solar storm will hit Earth, but when. Today, our dependence on technology is greater than ever before. Thousands of satellites now orbit Earth, providing internet coverage, navigation, and communication to billions of people. Entire economies depend on digital systems functioning without interruption. A powerful solar storm today could disrupt internet services, damage satellites, and trigger widespread power outages across multiple countries simultaneously. The impact would be global and immediate. Engineers and scientists are working to protect technology from space, whether by building stronger satellites, improving forecasting systems, and developing emergency response plans. But the challenge is enormous. Solar storms travel incredibly fast, giving us only hours or days of warning before they arrive. Governments and space agencies monitor the sun constantly using specialized spacecraft designed to detect solar eruptions as early as possible. These early warnings could allow power companies to temporarily shut down parts of the electrical grid to prevent damage and allow satellite operators to place spacecraft into safe mode. Even with these precautions, the impact of a major solar storm could still be severe. Imagine cities without electricity for weeks, airplanes unable to navigate, ships lost at sea without GPS, banks unable to process transactions, and communication networks collapsing across entire regions. The world would not end, but it would change overnight. The Nemesis of 2012 served as a cosmic warning, a reminder that our advanced technological civilization is more fragile than we like to believe. We often think of threats coming from Earth, from wars, cyber attacks, or economic crises. But sometimes the greatest danger comes from space itself. The sun has supported life on Earth for billions of years, but it also has the power to disrupt the modern world in ways we are only beginning to understand. Somewhere in the future, another massive solar storm will erupt from the sun and race toward Earth at incredible speed. When that day comes, the world will face one of the greatest technological challenges in history. The question is whether we will be ready, or whether we will wake up one morning to a silent world where the internet has vanished and the lights have gone out. Not because of anything humans did, but because of a storm from the star that made life possible in the first place.